Hey Libras, how's it going? Happy birthday, Libras. I'm going to do a random reading for you. I don't know if it's going to be about money, career, household, travel, love, education, but whatever it's about, I hope it makes it to the right person. I also don't know who this is for, so yes, I hope it makes it to you. And I'm shuffling these right in front of you guys because we're going to find out together what this is about. I also want to say, aside from happy birthday to all of you guys, happy birthday to me. This week was my 37th birthday. It was also my daughter's 8th birthday. And to celebrate all of the birthdays that have come up in this particular month, I do have a 3 tarot questions for $20 birthday sale going on. So in case you guys are interested in that, that has kept me a little bit busy. There's been a lot of people coming in to grab that sale and a lot of birthday celebrations. And now that that's all dealt with, let's get into your reading now that we can get here. Right away, I'm thinking here that we're dealing with a love situation that is ended. Because we have the 3 of Cups, we have the Death card. By the way, this is the last Unicorn Tarot deck. It is based off of the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. We also have the Chariot in the reversal, immediately next to the Death card. And if you're new to how tarot works, the Death card means something has ended. It is changing for the better. The Chariot card, well, like any chariot in the Middle Ages, it is about trying to go forward, to accomplish something, to solve something, to get to a goal. But when it's in the reversal, it is called the stumbling block, which means you are being blocked from a situation. And when I have the typical 3 of Cups of celebration and unity and getting what you want here next to what you want has ended and is no longer going forward, it makes me think we're dealing with a love reading where you have broken up with somebody. Page of Cups card is here, by the way. Page of Cups is the card of the little love. It is where somebody wants to love you. They want to give you, or even you to them, want to give these little moments of compassion to each other. It is in the upright position. It does also sometimes reflect communication that's going to be coming in. But it's interesting because the hurdle in between that little blip of communication is that everything is frozen. And so it looks like intuitively the kind of dynamic that happens when a person wants to send a message, but they just don't because they're blocked by all of this. They're blocked to the unity with all of this. You know what? Now that I think about it, Page of Wands is also here. And the Page of Wands is, again, cards of communication, but it's little blips of passion that can come out. I don't know why I get this energy of like somebody who is passionate towards you, but kind of short circuits when they think about you. But as much as it's like, oh, yay, a page and another page. Oh, communication. Or, oh my gosh, a 3 and another 3. You know what I mean? These cards, when they come repeating like that, have a specific meaning in the Arthur Edward Waite way of looking at things. The creator of the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, which would be this one, by the way, which this deck is based off of this deck. This gentleman here, Arthur Edward Waite, he had a specific meaning for when you had 2 3s together and both of them were in the upright position, which you do have it as. And what 2 pages mean when both of them are in the upright position, which you have it as. And what is really unique about this happening in this reading is that when you have 2 3s together, it means calm. And when you have 2 pages in the upright, it means disquiet. So you see, it is an energy of duality with this person. This or the people in this love situation, trying to maintain a sense of calm, but internally being so discombobulated and disquiet about the dynamic. Because, of course, calmness evokes an energy of balance and harmony. Keyword harmony on that one. Flowing together properly. But disquiet is quite literally an antonym of that. It is an opposite. Disquiet is inharmonious. So it feels like this situation has happened where an end has come because somebody believes that it was the calmest and most harmonious way to approach the situation. But for some reason, they feel so uncomfortable with it. They are so disquieted internally about the fact that this is not leading to the kind of calm that they want. And that's because the high priestess is here in the reversal. They are resistant to listening to their damn heart. It's almost like this person logically thought this would bring calm, but didn't realize that logically is not how love in the heart works. When the high priestess is in the reversal, you need to listen to your heart. And if you don't, it's going to go kaboop on you. It's going to get disquiet on you. Interestingly enough, also, the Wheel of Fortune is here. This one makes me want to pull a bit of an extra card, because this means like it was timed in a certain way. It was like divine timing to happen. It also insinuates that there's another phase that's going to happen with this relationship here. And I'm curious to kind of pull some more cards and see what that next phase is. Because, okay, this looks like the situation. And sure, it's all cool for us to talk about what your current situation is, but that's more so that I can know it. You already know that this is happening. You know what I mean? So when you're in a tarot card reading, you're kind of here for what's going to happen after this. But at least you guys can know that if this is popping up, then this is the kind of reading that might be for you, right? Like if you're just a happy-go-lucky person, you're like, I'm in the perfect relationship. We just had children, or, we just bought a house together, and everything's going perfect. This reading does not look like it is for you. But with the Wheel of Fortune card, it's not to say that you're in a position of lack. Just because something negative happens or something feels uncomfortable doesn't mean that you're lacking. It means that you're in a current cycle, right? What goes up must come down. That's the third page, by the way. You now have the Page of Swords coming up. Four of Pentacles is here, or the Four of Coins. Oh my God. The Nine of Swords is here in the reversal. This person doesn't just feel disquiet. Ooh, and the Four of Swords in the upright position. They don't just feel disquiet. They feel guilty about this. The Knight of Swords is here. Oh, they are tunnel vision focusing on this guilt that they feel. Six of Cups, because they have caused the separation. And now the Three of Wands is in the reversal, which we just had it in the upright position. The Fool card is here in the upright, which is the opposite of the Priestess. Yeah, the Three of Wands is here. In the beginning phase, when it's in the upright, it's about standing in your personal power. When we were looking at what's the present situation. But as we've gone into the portion of this reading about what they're going to do about it, the Three of Wands is now in the reversal. They have taken themselves out of their own personal power, and they have stuck themselves in an energy of regret and guilt. They feel guilty because of what they have done. And this could have been a decision, by the way, that occurred because they couldn't let go of a certain train of thought. But also, this person may be weighing the material world way too heavily. Like, this person values their stability, their security, their house, their bills, their money, and they were not willing to let go of that. I think that they might have, in ignorance, needed to heal an aspect of themselves that they didn't realize that they were blind to. They have closed their eyes on what the outcomes were, and because they thought that they knew the outcomes of the situation, they acted on that sense of logic. Really what happened is this is happening because they are being asked to heal this area of themselves where they think way too logically. Even the Knight of Swords is here in the reversal nonetheless. Like, this person is trying to master this logical aspect to them, and the universe is like, no. Mind is the enemy of intuition. So says Florence Scovel Shinn, if you've ever read her book, The Magic Path of Intuition. And the Fool card asks us not to think with our logical selves, but to think with our heart. Even underneath, the Hanged Man is here. This is happening for this person. Like, it kind of feels like, to some degree, you might be a byproduct. Like, yes, soulmate energy is here. Six of Cups energy is here. But when I say a byproduct, I mean like casualty. I mean like ricocheted fire is blasting in this person's life because they have some shit to solve, and it ends up hitting you because they have to solve this shit, and now you become a factor in how they resolve their ability to not think so logically and get back to their heart center. The Hanged Man is here with them in the reversal. It is them mastering that. They also seem to feel very stuck, I would say. I think stuck is a pretty common word that tarot readers out there use when it comes to the Hanged Man, but it's in the reversal. So even though they feel stuck, they are mastering the position that they're in right now. And remember when I said that there was 3 pages now? This one came in the upright position as well. That was the Page of Wands, the Page of Cups, now the Page of Swords. And when you have 3 pages and all of them are in the upright position, it talks about a dispute that they're having. That could be a dispute between their heart and their mind. But it could also be that there is a situation that they are in right now that is a dispute, like literally a problem they're going through with somebody else. And I'm going to ask that question. What's the dispute about? Is it within themselves? Oh my God, there's so much that just fell out here. Is it within themselves or within other people? I think it's financial. I got that feeling a little bit earlier today too. It is about listening to their heart a bit, but there's a 9 of Coins energy. Oh, you know what? It's financial, but it's also them deciding whether or not they want to stay single. And it's crazy just looking at this. Oh my gosh, this person is so logical, but it's like, they're like, should I stay single? Card of the single person. Or should I communicate with them? Right? Ace of Swords is here, right? Should I bring in new communication? Should I, 6 of Swords, should I walk through the difficulties with this person? Or should I, 8 of Swords, stay stuck where I'm at or free myself, keep to my freedom? Should I reach for, they're like, this is an inner dispute within themselves. Should they reach for their hope, their dream, or should they stay stuck in the situation? This is all logical jargon. Swords, 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 and a little bit of sprinkled singlehood and money. This person just gets in their head and thinks that they would be better on their own. And you know what? For a period of time, yeah, clearly that seems like what they need to do, because if they've got this amount of, you know, what would it be called? Oh my gosh, I'm stuttering. Like, just fluff everywhere. I don't even know what word I want to say. Just like, just a mess internally with their logic. Then it might be better suited that for a period of time they stay by themselves. But as for this idea of like, what are they going to do? They're going to stay confounded. That was the word I was looking for. I think it is. Confused, confounded within their own conundrums. Every C word that I can think of in that moment. It feels like they're going to stay in that dynamic to some degree. But they're mastering it. The 8 of Swords was in the reversal. And with the Hanged Man in the reversal. So yes, they're going to stay stuck, but they're staying in this position to master the position nonetheless. Knight of Wands is in the reversal. The World card is here. And the 3 of Wands. Yeah, this person, I feel like in this cycle, they are going to stay in their position. They feel like this is their end game. This is going to allow them to transform into a thing that they want to be by not committing to a situation and by tackling where their personal power is in. But I feel like this person's going to get a wake-up call at some point. The 5 of Wands just came out, and the 7 of Cups just came out. Gosh, again with this energy of them just being with their eyes closed. They're shooting in the dark for a lot of things. They're very hopeful to win at a certain area of their life so that they can transform in their independence and become the kind of person that they truly want to be. But it's almost like they're missing the value of unity in human relationships. Like, you know, community, you know, being together in unity. The experience of humans in general is to not just have to be this kind of person independently forever all on your own, but is to actually be able to work with one another. Like, that's the human experience, hands down. I think this person also might be a little bit addicted to their own sense of being on their own. Did you guys know that you can be addicted to isolating yourself? And many people will isolate themselves and they will say to themselves that they are doing it for a sense of peace. And some people are, right? Some people are protecting their peace. Absolutely. But if protecting your peace does not allow you to grow and it keeps you in the same position over and over again, then how are you protecting your peace if you're not allowing yourself to experience something with other people and calling it peace? Like, peace would be peace if it was in front of another person, or if it was on its own, or if it was with a group of people, or if it was in a classroom. If you're really protecting peace and using the understanding of peace, then you're doing it everywhere. You're not just isolating yourself in one area and claiming that it's peace. In fact, that becomes a coping mechanism that's largely connected to being addicted, like addiction pathways. That's because anything that keeps you safe and numb and in control is usually a part of being addicted to things like stress relief and coping mechanisms. And this person, and you know, we all do this. So I'm not just saying for this person, but many of us have said to ourselves that we're just gonna, you know, keep ourselves in this one train of thought and we just stick with it for a really long period of time because we have convinced ourselves it is a peaceful thing. But peace means you can also do it not just in your bedroom and not just in your house, in your living room, but you actually have to branch out into the world and still experience things. That shows that you can use peace in any area. Okay, now they look like they're going to get stuck, and they're kind of choosing that. Despite the fact that they feel really guilty, and they're operating with their eyes closed and their heart shut down, my last kind of question is when they master it, and this whole facet of them following their heart, because the Fool card finally came in the upright position, what does that look like for this person? This feels very familiar to some of your last readings, by the way, when we did Libra. So for anybody who's watching this video again, that your energy could be popping up in this reading again too. Ooh, Strength card is in the reversal. I just mentioned about addictions. Strength card in the reversal comes up a lot when people are dealing with addictive problems. So, this Three of Wands is like, no matter, I'm sitting on this deck, I'm like, shuffle, 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 shuffle. Like, I don't even shuffle a little bit. Some people, they shuffle like this. And that's cool for them. But I be shuffling, you know, like I'm going ham when I shuffle. And I cannot get, even that Seven of Cups, I cannot get away from that Three of Wands card in this reading. Holy guacamole. Let's do two more cards, one on either side. High Priestess is here again. Chariot card stays in the reversal. I just said shuffle, 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 shuffle. She comes back out. She comes back out. She comes back out. He comes back out. The universe is just like, we've discussed this. This is how it is. This person is staying in the reversal. They are not moving forward with this. And actually, for a period of time, it looks like when I'm asking the question, how are they going to tackle their heart and like following their heart? For a period of time, they will. But because they're in an energy of duality, back and forth, that's also a part of it. They're going to go back and forth between listening to their logic and listening to their heart, because the High Priestess just came back out in the reverse. I'm like, yay, they're, you know, the Fool card is in the upright. They might spend a little bit of time listening to their heart. And then the High Priestess is like, wonk. Nope, they're going to get sucked right back into it. And they continue this loop, which is why the Strength card has the cyclical energy that the World card would have. They're looping. I think a lot of this is not only how they protect themselves, and this person could have some difficulty with addictions. This, even smoking cigarettes is a part of it. You know what I mean? Not saying for everybody you're with a person who smokes cigarettes, but you have to think cyclical addictions, eating addictions, drinking addictions, anger and safety addictions, addiction to stress. It genuinely, on multiple facets of these cards, this person looks like they're looping. They're guilty. Yes, they feel shitty. Yes, but they are clinging and holding on to Four of Pentacles. wanting what they want and not really thinking of it as to what would truly fulfill them. And you know what? Come to think of it, what's really interesting is that this Three of Wands card, remember how earlier I said that this person also kind of loops this lifestyle of theirs because of the way they handle their finances or money? The Three of Wands is known as the card of little enterprise. But when it's in the reversal position, it's the card of ending a problem. I feel like this person is so focused on resolving financial difficulties that nothing else matters. In the words of that Metallica song, ain't nothing else matter in this freaking case. This person is like, I'm resolving these financial issues and that is what I'm doing. They are following the material world. They are following the society structure. By the way, a lot of pages came out in this. It can often refer to a person who is very susceptible to society's views on things. Instead of following their heart, it's like this person is just like sucked into the matrix until the point in time where they resolve this issue. And so, my dears, this leaves you to do you. This has got nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. So technically speaking, your job is to move on from this dynamic, and because quite frankly, I don't think they're going to let you do anything different. They're just they are focusing on them mode, even though they feel guilty. And yeah, I wonder what's going to happen in the future after this person finishes this material thing that they're dealing with. It's going to go one of two ways, I think. They'll finish it and then they'll open up some room in their life for something or for someone, or they'll settle. Or the material world, which is filled with change and very uncompromising sometimes, is going to knock them off of their feet a little bit, because no matter how much work you do in the material world, sometimes the material world says it's not enough and changes things anyways. You know, that's what happened in the pandemic to a lot of people. They went and spent 10 years on a home business. They don't own that home business anymore because the real world will shake you up, and you always have to kind of lead with your heart when things like that happen. Not to bring, crazy conspiratorial things into it. I'm just saying, world can shift very quickly, and I think this person's going to learn that lesson. They're either going to settle for material things or it's going to rock them a bit. But I will save those kind of readings for if you guys ever want to have a personal reading with me, or maybe we'll do one in the future about that, because I'll leave it off like this for now. What I do know is this person is refusing to deal with anything except for their material qualities, and they're not able to get out of the loop that they've given themselves. So yeah, you move forward and they will deal with their loop, and then they will loop, and then they will loop, and then they will loop. All right. If you're wanting a reading from me, I wish this was a little bit brighter, but I do know that, this opens up your guys' lifestyle for things like new love, new passions, new creative projects, if you do not focus on this person while they do their thing. And if you're interested in that in the future, in a reading on those kind of topics, let me know and we will get into that dynamic. And I will talk to you guys later. Ciao for now.